Hey, what is up, guys? The Strong Boys 19 here. So this is going to be another concert review, and this is another one that I just had to do, even though I rarely do a lot of them on this channel. And there's going to be really cool, exciting ones to happen um, later on in the year, and I will do concert reviews on those as well. But for this one, this was my first time seeing one of my all-time favorite groups, Sparks. And I bought this from Ticketmaster, and me and a phenomenal guitar player named Melvin Hancock went together, and it was at the O2 Institute, and it really, really was a fantastic time. And Sparks, for me, had been one of these duo groups that I think are absolutely amazing, fantastic, and their music is so fun, catchy, and lyrical content so humorous yet intelligent. And what's even more amazing is that um, I have decided to buy a physical copy of Hippopotamus, their new album, on CD, and it was signed by the Mayle brothers themselves. Ron and Russell Mayle, fantastic musicians, and this was in part of the Hippopotamus tour. At first, I totally thought that they were going to do the entire Hippopotamus album first, and then they will do the obvious popular massive hits afterwards. But they've decided to shuffle it around a bit, so they did play some of the new tracks on Hippopotamus, and they did play tracks from um, previous albums like Propaganda, Number One in Heaven, Kimono My House, Indiscreet, and others. Before Sparks came to the stage, there was a really not too well known yet upcoming artist called Mr. Goodnight, and I've never heard of Mr. Goodnight, so I decided to check it out on YouTube before I went out, and it was a really strange choice for a support act to support a fantastic group like Sparks. Mr. Goodnight is just one musician playing music from a record and make loops out of it and um, you know sings original lyrics with it. I mean, it is a an interesting idea, but it was it was really mediocre. It wasn't that interesting or memorable. But when Sparks came to the stage, it wasn't just Ron and Russell Mayle. They had a five-piece backing band to play with them, and their performance was outstanding. And I'm very, very happy that Hippopotamus went highly charted in the UK. So this was the first Sparks album to hit in the top 10 UK charts in 40 years. That is so amazing yet insane. I mean, I think Sparks are just one of those groups that they can come up with lots of ideas and put them all into songs. I mean, Propaganda and Indiscreet are one of my all-time favorite albums. Propaganda's my favorite Sparks record, but I think Indiscreet is just as a classic as Propaganda. And Hippopotamus, I did listen to this album before I went out, and it was so great. I didn't expect it to sound this wonderful. The music on this album, really memorable, fun, catchy stuff. They did play some songs from this album. Probably Nothing, excuse me. Missionary Position, Edith Piaf, Scandinavian Design. What the hell is this? What the hell is it this time? Excuse me. That's another one of my favourite songs on this album. And the title track as well, Hippopotamus. They did play I Wish You Were Fun. And they did play tracks like This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us, to um, At Home and Work at Play, Propaganda, and the number one song in heaven. So the sound was perfect. There were no issues at all. The drums sounded great. The vocals, we can hear um, the vocals so well. The guitar sound was okay, but it wasn't like loud enough. But it did sound good. Well, mind you, Ron Mael did play with his keyboards, and the backing band did have another keyboardist. So, anyways, I won't go on too long about this review on the concert experience of seeing Sparks, because I'm sure that some of you guys are going to see them live. But it really was one of the funnest and fantastic gigs I am really happy to attend. Lots of stage presence, especially from Russell. He did a lot of movement, a lot of interaction with the audience, clapping his hands, and the audience went nuts. So I'm really happy that I did see Sparks. So go and buy Hippopotamus. It's a fantastic release. You will not be disappointed. So, yeah, that is really all I wanted to say. Yeah, I highly recommend Hippopotamus, and I think they did an amazing job. Well done to the backing band and Sparks. Fantastic. Thank you guys for watching, and I will keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.